Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 41 of the two Gamer Dads podcasts. This month, we're going to be talking all about Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, and also of Marv's new baby. But that's secondary. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Marv. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's
Before you say,
2 days away.
all right. Yeah, man. Soon before all hell, no, not hell, heaven begins. I want to show you something before I start. I'll show you something.
Sure,
I'm
sure.
very proud.
Oh,
I made this.
nice. Okay.
So
It's a very
I
nice.
want
Is it a flower?
to. Wow. It's supposed to be a tulip, like a
Coffee
They call it
flower.
like a
What was it called? Coffee art? Is it called coffee art?
latte art.
Latte art. Yeah.
Yeah. So did I tell you last week that last month that I got an espresso machine or
Yeah. You did. Yep.
So I've been like making basically like 2 espressos a day, 2 lattes a day.
Nice.
Try to like improve my latte art, but then it's much more. I figured that I'll learn it pretty fast, but actually it's much more challenging than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, the reason why people don't really get very good at it is because, like, for me, I make 2 a day, right? But if you go to a cafe, right, these people make like
A lot.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
at
lot.
least 50, 100. So they have a lot of time to practice. But for me, there is ways to practice. There's a method of which you practice where you put a drop of washing detergent
Oh.
in the water, and then
Okay.
you froth it. You steam the thing as per normal, and it creates this like white foamy liquid. And then you instead of using coffee, you use like food coloring with water. Then you can
Okay.
make
So
it
it's to
fast.
save
So it's
money
like
lah.
it's to
It's to simulate and
practice
save
without-
money. I see.
correct, without using it. But obviously I don't do that because I mean I did it once to practice steaming, but there's so much involved with like just how to steam your milk properly to get that nice texture to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't even
It's
talk about
also
pouring
it's also an art lah.
yeah, not yeah, if you don't get a good milk, right, you can't even like don't forget it, you can't even form any art, let alone like a flower. Yeah. But anyway, wanted to catch up with you. How's Cher doing? And you guys are due on you guys gonna
She's
induce, right?
okay. Yeah, we're gonna induce this coming Sunday. So I mean, we chose 25th because it's a nice date. If
25.
if the baby comes out, on the actual day.
Yeah.
So
lah,
we're
she-
going in at 9 a.m. Yeah,
So you have about
14 hours at it.
14 hours to
Yeah.
try.
Correct. Because the induction probably start at 10. But
maybe,
you know what they say, like
well-
second kid normally a bit faster.
Take
Like,
longer. Is it
we hope so.
because
We hope so.
the door opened before, so now it's
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the body has memory, right? Muscle memory.
How's Cher doing though? How's she feeling?
She's okay. I mean, so far, not many symptoms of labor. So no contractions yet. Baby is very active, but we think she's in position already. So like the head down and facing backwards position, right? I don't know what's it called. Yeah, but we think
Bridge,
she's
maybe.
there. No, bridge is facing up.
The other way.
Yeah, that means facing towards her butt, like towards the back. Yeah.
Wait, so her head is facing towards the
As in, we think she's
the-
in position already lah. So head down
so that's a good
and
thing.
face to the back. Yeah.
Okay. In
Mm.
terms of like the rotation of the baby, so that when she comes out, the head is like looking at you lah, basically, not looking down.
As in, when the baby will come out like that, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're hoping for a quick and smooth like delivery,
ship it.
labor and
Yeah.
delivery.
The key thing is firstly that the baby has to want to come out,
Yeah.
and the second thing is also the whole like how fit is the mom to push, because
Mhm.
it's like if you rest too long in between your pushes, right, then GG.
Yeah.
Right.
The other important thing is that my deck is ready with Hades 2 and some other games like TRG.
Hopefully you won't need to use it that much. I mean, but even if the labor takes like, if let's say if a short labor, right? How was the short labor? 10 hours maybe.
Mhm.
Short. Hopefully less than that. But even then,
You still be
after
like,
the,
yeah.
yeah, it's like you gotta stay at least a night or two.
Probably at least
Right.
a night lah. They might keep us, I think. So we're going on Sunday. So I think we'll probably come out on Tuesday. Like be discharged on Tuesday.
Usually 2 nights, right? Usually it won't be
Yeah.
just one night. Okay, that's good. Is she mentally like not prepared, but is she like worried? Like, oh,
No lah, I
this.
don't think she's worried. Maybe a bit anxious, but we've been quite chill lah. Yeah, so that's the good thing. Yeah, it's more of the after that, you know.
The first.
But this
first-
time, hopefully, will be easier because we have a confinement nanny coming.
Yeah, and then you have confined memory plus you have someone to take care of. I mean, your parents will help to take
Yeah,
care
my
of.
parents will be around. Yeah.
And you kind of have experience already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of, you have experience. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully it's better. Yeah. All right. So, like I said just now, today's topic is on Clair Obscur. So I want to get into that, but before that, I just want to ask, like, what have you been? Let's ask about what you've been, because obviously you've been playing Clair Obscur, and Clair Obscur, after finishing it, just has left this gaping
This void.
hole where
I
the funny thing is that
couldn't
the
play
previous-
anything, yeah.
the funny thing is that after the previous episode, I highly recommended Clair Obscur to you.
Yep.
And then
And I bought like on that day.
you blew
Yeah,
through.
I finished it in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, you finished
50 hours, 50-ish hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have you been watching? Because we'll talk about Clair Obscur next.
Okay. Okay. Watching. I mean, I finished Endor. Like everyone was watching
I'm
Endor,
on
right?
episode 3. So I can talk spoilers up to episode 3. Episode 3? Yeah, episode 3.
Yeah.
Where Endor finally. Okay. Spoiler talk up to episode 3, guys.
So you
Okay.
you just started season 2, is it? Is
Yes,
Marianne
yes,
watching with you?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm watching.
How does she find it so far? Because Sherilyn freaking loves it.
3. Is it 3 or 2? What episode was it that, spoiler alert, anybody's listening, where Endor finally escapes the idiots in the jungle? Was that only episode 2? I thought it was 3. Maybe
I
it's
can't remember. Have you watched the part where Deidre and Cyril and the mom have
No.
lunch? No, dinner.
No.
A lunch or dinner date? Have not?
That's next episode.
Okay,
So
that's episode 3, I think.
Okay.
That is
So,
a really good episode.
Ask you, like, what do you think about Endor so far? Because Cher freaking loves it. Yeah, she says she finds Endor slower than season 1. Oh.
Okay,
yeah.
so
A bit.
spoiler free, but I will say that the first arc is the weakest.
Okay, Marv says
Yeah.
the first 3 episodes are the weakest.
After that, it just goes into overdrive. Yeah, from the second arc onwards. The best episodes are actually episode, I think
8 or 9?
I think 9. I think 8 and 9. Yeah, 8 and 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's kind of where you want the best episodes to be, right? I mean,
Yep.
not every episode can be bangers. You need to build the world, but like I think your first few episodes that are building the world needs to be interesting enough that you're like, okay,
Yep.
I'll watch a bit more, and then when your highlight comes, right? Like in season 1 spoilers. I don't remember what your highlight was, but I remember my 2 highlights was the prison break episode with Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
And the one where Luthen gives his monologue on that
On the walkway to Lonnie Young, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like these are like the highlights, right? Of course, I mean the heist was because they did a heist, right, in episode
Yeah,
1.
the Aldani heist. Yep.
Yeah. But okay, so non-spoiler for me, I mean season 2 is just the one thing I really enjoy about Endor is that it's very well written. Like
Yes.
in terms of
It's written in a
the-
very mature way also.
the dialogue makes sense. There is no, I like how there's no fluff. There's no like wasted
Mm-hmm.
competitions,
Mm.
and all the actors and actresses in are just fantastic.
They're
There's
really
no,
good. Yeah.
There's no, and it's not like
There's no like
not
weakest actor.
they're not good looking people.
Yep,
Which is
correct.
like I know you guys, especially Kwan always whines about like how Wheel of Time is people who aren't good looking. But I think you pick on things when the acting itself and the dialogue is not, like when everything else is not good enough, then you start to say, oh, at least make your actors and actresses
Yeah,
good looking.
I agree.
Think.
Yes.
But if your writing is so good, then it doesn't matter how your actors and actresses look.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think so far, I mean, to be honest, the up to episode 2 where Cassian gets trapped in
Has he
Surprise,
escaped? Has he
Yavin.
escaped?
Oh,
Oh, okay, so you know
yeah.
it's Yavin, right? It's
Yes,
Yavin
yes,
for
Yavin.
yeah. So
And then you're
I think that's the weakest part because the
yeah.
those
What is
yeah. So those
what?
people, right? Do you know? Okay, I don't know if you read like any trivia or what, but basically the leaders of the two groups of the rebels, like the kids they're basically kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the two leaders are actually, I think one of them is his niece's husband, and the other one is like his
Who's Andor's niece's husband?
no Tony Gilroy's. Yeah, and the other one
Okay.
is like I think his I can't remember his son or his nephew
Okay.
or somebody that related to him or his son-in-law or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I don't think it's I think that the way it's written is obviously meant to be comic relief, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. The question could they have like I haven't gotten to episode 3 and onward, so I don't know whether the plot point that they had to keep Cassian on this planet and not like finish his rendezvous is relevant. But I presume it's
Yeah.
relevant.
It is relevant, but
Yeah.
I feel like these two episodes are actually the weakest episodes of
Yeah.
the entire series.
That's good to know.
yeah.
It's a Marion.
It just goes up from there. I can tell you, like
Okay.
by the end you just feel so empty.
I think we were a bit confused at the whole Mon Mothma and Tav. Is it Tav? Is that his name? The one who created the foundation for
Takoma.
the Takoma is Tay.
Yeah.
That's his name. And like they were talking about like it's like what's your number? What's his number? And I was like I had to go on Reddit to search what are they talking about. Like, basically
Basically, he wants
thinking-
money lah.
Yeah, they're thinking
Yeah.
about bribing him, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
he needs money.
And
Yeah.
Luthen is saying like let's just kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
Has it reached that part where he says that something like we have to get rid of him or we have to, and then she
Yeah,
said I don't know what you're talking about, and then he replies,
Yeah.
that's
in the
nice
same
for
I
you.
think- Oh, wait, I don't know
No,
about that part. But
okay.
he's hinted at that, like it's obvious that they're like, he's like, she just wants to pay him
Yeah.
off.
Correct.
And it's
You'll
like-
see in next episode lah. The
Because it's
writing,
like-
the dialogue and the writing is so good that because okay, the reason why I feel like it's such a good show is also a reason why a lot of people or there's a fair amount of criticism on online about why it's not a good show. So if you didn't know, like okay, I don't think you've read because you probably don't get any spoilers, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much about Andor where the writers are not telling you the whole story. A lot of it is inferred.
Yeah.
So the viewer has to meet the writers like halfway.
Yeah.
You can't be watching this show and like using your phone,
Yeah.
or being distracted or playing a game because you will miss a lot of things. Yeah. Which I think is why a lot of people have been criticizing, oh, this show is like so hard to follow, like how come suddenly they are here, how come suddenly they have this mission. But then if you watch like certain things, okay, so for example, let me think, okay, you wouldn't have known yet, but there is a way that Luton signals Endor for a mission, okay, and then they don't like say it like directly, and then they use it again, and then at the end of like an arc he completes a mission, and then some people are like, how does he even know that there is a mission?
Yeah,
And then obviously the reply is, if you pay attention you would infer that he has been signaled, like they show the signal for literally like 1 second, 1 or 2 seconds. So yeah, it's one of those shows where you really cannot be doing anything, you have to focus. Yeah.
I think it depends. I mean, obviously you want to make a show that everybody will like, but at the same time, if you try to make something for everybody, then the danger is that you make something for nobody.
Correct. Like end up nobody likes it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think, in a sense, I think it goes back to the writing. That I think the writers were given. I think the main reason why it's good is because all the other Star Wars property, right? If you think about Mandalorian, you think about Ahsoka, you think about all the other Jedi-related things, right? I think this is my theory. I don't know if it's true. I think Star Wars themselves, right? Like Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, maybe not Dave Filoni. I don't know who's in charge of that side, but they are more controlling over the canon stuff, right? I mean, not to say Andor isn't canon, but it is like a very small blip. It's a very interesting part of Star Wars, the Star Wars saga. But I think they I feel like they are given more creative freedom as opposed to like I don't. If you have writers that can write Andor, you can definitely find someone that can write something better than freaking Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Or
Right?
Acolyte.
He can go through an entire, entire base
Yeah.
with a kid in
Castle
hand,
Inquisitorius.
and no one realizing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm excited. Andor is really good. And like you haven't watched anything since then?
I have lah. I mean, after that, I finished Tales of the Underworld. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the origin story of Cat Bane. You know Cat Bane, the bounty hunter, the Duros bounty hunter.
Have I watched what? They are the Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire.
Then now it's Tales of the Underworld.
So I've watched the other Tales. I have not watched Tales of the
So it's 3 episodes on Asajj Ventress.
Oh,
after she comes back to life, so she gets revived by the Night Sisters, right? And and then the other 3 episodes are Cat Bane's origin story. Yeah, the Duros bounty hunter, the blue guy with the tubes coming out of his.
Yeah. I know he's isn't he also in Mando? Isn't he in season 5 Mando?
Yes, he gets basically he dies lah, right?
Yeah. But he's supposed to be some like I remember he was OP in Clone Wars. Like he can evade.
He can survive a force choke because of his tubes. Yeah. I've been watching quite a bit lah. I finished season 1 of Silo and Severance. So I watched them mainly when I was on my like shingles. Yeah, my shingles. Then do you watch Love, Death and Robots season 3?
No, I don't even know when I finished season 2. I like season 1, but
season 3 was okay. I didn't really think any of them were really outstanding. And then I just finished Survivor yesterday. So season 48 of Survivor just finished.
I was about to get like season 20 something. I was like, okay, 48.
Yeah,
okay,
season 48. So the finale was yesterday, and it was great. I enjoyed it. It's a family thing lah. So like my parents and I we all watch it together like every Thursday.
It's a family thing. It's
just it's a family like affair for us every Thursday. So Meredith calls it the Big Playground Show. Because they always have like a huge obstacle course as it's a challenge. Okay. I forced myself to finish Kraven the Hunter. Oh, hi, Meredith is here. Say hi.
Becca is hello. Becca is sleeping already, I think.
Yeah. Becca Mimi is sleeping, alright? Okay.
9:20.
Say bye.
On my so.
Okay. Yeah, so I forced myself to finish Kraven the Hunter.
Shouldn't waste your time. Shouldn't have wasted.
It was, I would say it's better than what's it called, Madam Web.
That's a low bar.
Yeah,
it's like not even a bar. It's the bar's on the floor.
But it's on the level of Morbius, I guess.
Oh, but not so Venom. I mean,
Venom is still the best. Which is not saying much.
The first Venom is good.
The first Venom was okay, yeah.
Maybe that's just because Tom Hardy is good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also watched the Japanese Netflix movie Bullet Train Explosion.
Mary and I saw that. We were like, this is like Train to Busan but Japanese style, right? No,
it's Speed. Right? Yes.
It's right. Yeah.
I actually think it's a good show.
Oh, okay.
Like Sharon and I really enjoyed it, and it's long. It's like 2 hours ish.
Okay. I mean, I will. Okay. So Marion and I's goal is to finish Andor, but Andor is long. Andor is 12 episodes.
Andor's long. Right? Yes, it's about almost an hour each episode.
Yeah. Oh, some episodes are shorter. I remember.
Yeah, some are like 40 minutes. Yeah.
Good was like 30 and 40 minutes, but it's the last 7 minutes is credit, so it's dedicated.
I think each arc is about 2 hours ish. So you're basically getting 3 like movie length shows.
Yeah, but it costs what, 300 million to make?
Yeah, it's freaking expensive. It's like more expensive than the movie, like Last Jedi and stuff.
But it's okay. It's 3 movies if you think about it.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
So we're gonna finish Andor. Baron wants to watch the new Mission Impossible. So
I watched it on Tuesday.
So we really enjoyed. The first one is called Dead Reckoning. Or this one called Dead Reckoning?
Yeah, it's Dead Reckoning Part 1 and then it's Final Reckoning lah, which is Dead Reckoning Part 2.
We really enjoyed the first one, but I think Marion totally forgot that because this is part 2, right? So you
Yeah.
kind of have to watch the first one too. Because I
Yeah.
remember the previous one ends kind of on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So-
So,
so
they get the
like,
key, right? They
oh.
get the key, the cruciform key,
So
right?
Marion was like, "Oh, you mean I have to watch the previous one?" She said, "Oh, isn't it always like standalone?" I was like, "Usually, but this is not. This is supposed to
So-
be like the."
If you don't mind a small spoiler, the final movie ties up all the movies, the previous
Yeah,
movies.
the previous ones. Okay.
Yeah. So it's okay. It's very obvious they didn't intend to do it from the
Yeah,
first
so
movie, so they had to
yeah.
like shoehorn some. Basically, they
Yeah.
basically shoehorn like this whole plot where everything that he stole from the first movie until now
One-
is actually part of like the
conspiracy.
the plan of like the final boss.
Yeah.
It's something. It's like WoW's Shadowlands. It was the jailer all along, kind of.
Yeah.
But it was okay. I mean, it's Mission Impossible. Like, so obviously I went with Sherilyn, right? We went because we had Shaw Premier tickets. You know, the one that you can move the chair back, and then there's blankets, and then they serve you food. Yeah. So we needed to finish our tickets because it's expiring like next month, and obviously you know.
Shaw the one that's closing down.
No, that's Cathay.
Oh, Cathay is closing down.
Yeah, and also obviously we can't go next month, right? So we're like, okay, we gotta watch something, and the kind of like sad part about Shaw is that they only have one cinema that has this like premiere experience, which is in Nex. Yes, and they only have 2 screens, and almost all the time they just have one movie playing. So we were waiting because we won the tickets in a lucky draw in like at Chinese New Year. So we were just waiting for like a show to watch, and then we won 2 sets somehow, like 2 pairs of tickets. So we had to watch. So we watched Thunderbolts for the first one, and then Mission Impossible for this one. So Charlene also like, I mean, I don't think she watched the earlier Mission Impossible movies, but she did watch Dead Reckoning. But obviously she forgot already lah. So when the show starts, then I don't know if you remember. Then it's about the entity, you know, like this super smart AI that's taking over the like cyberspace and stuff, right? Then Charlene was like, since when Mission Impossible is so sci-fi one? She thought it was like, you know, like very simple spy stuff. Yeah, but it's basically like futuristic or rather tech sci-fi set in the modern world. Yeah.
I mean, I think Mission Impossible among all these other shows, right? Like you think about like Bourne Identity, James Bond. To me, I enjoy it the most out of these few.
I gotta say though, he's 62 years old.
It looks damn good, right?
And you see the stunts that he does, right? It's like, imagine your dad or your mom doing stuff like that. Can you imagine? Because he's our parents' age.
Technically, he said it's his last movie, but who knows, man? Maybe.
Actually, he said it's the last Mission Impossible, right? Yeah. It's nuts lah. There's one sequence, which is underwater, which like really kept me at the edge of my seat. I think it was the best sequence. It's not the final sequence. It's like 2/3 of the way through the movie, but I think it was the best. I was just like holding my breath all the way. You know, like when the hero is underwater, then you're also like trying to. Yeah. It's good.
So anyway, like I think I'll probably want to watch the first one with Marion again.
Again,
right? It's
okay.
Just before we go to the movie, or at least watch a recap of it, right? Because you want to go in totally.
I was a bit sad though because they didn't bring back Rebecca Ferguson. Ilsa Faust. I don't know if you remember her. She was from not the previous one, but the ones before.
Didn't Rebecca Ferguson?
The Rogue Protocol one. No, she didn't. I don't think she did. I can't remember. But I don't think she did.
But she wasn't in the Reckoning either, right?
She wasn't in the Reckoning. She was in the one before. Rogue Protocol, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, it makes they wouldn't bring her. I mean, in a sense.
But the new Mission Impossible girl is Hayley Atwell, Agent Carter.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll watch that.
Yeah, I think you enjoy it.
Yeah, and then obviously, just want to finish Andor. Anyway, for me, been playing. So I finished Clair Obscur off as well a little bit later than you. I was on holiday, so I didn't really have time to play. But then I've also been playing Doom, so the new Doom game, the Dark Ages. So because I subscribed, I I subscribed to Game Pass for 1 month for actually to play Oblivion, but then also to play Clair Obscur.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, a lot of people are doing that, right? They play Clair Obscur, Oblivion, and Doom. Like these are the 3 big games so far.
How is Doom?
Doom is good. So did you play Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal?
No, I didn't.
So you're not really a Doom person.
I'm not. I saw some meme where, like, the previous Doom was Doom Eternal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like they were comparing the system requirements for Doom Eternal, and like the most recent Doom, and it's like a huge jump.
Yeah.
But then the graphics don't look like there was a huge jump.
Yeah. So that's the strange thing is that if you can actually play Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 on your deck at like 60 FPS.
Oh,
on
wow.
high graphics, like easy. Like it doesn't even break your sweat.
Okay.
Like you can play for like 2.5 hours on your deck, and it doesn't even so. But you can't even play Doom: The Dark Ages on your deck. I mean, you can maybe like low settings 30 FPS, but you're right. The jump in specs requirement is not commiserated with.
Yeah, it's not in line, right? Yeah.
It's nice, but it's not that.
It's not in line with the amount of increase required.
But I will say, like, I think you probably watched the scale up review, right, for Doom.
I haven't yet.
So the thing about Doom, all 3 Dooms, is that they all play, even though they're the Doom game, it's not like Call of Duty where they kind of all play the same. It's just that the story is different. But each Doom plays, like the way you play the Doom Slayer is very different. So Doom 2016 is very classic Doom. Like there is like you have to switch through all your weapons, but mostly you can kind of just like you're trying to like you're trying to shoot and hide, but you're also trying to get and then Doom Eternal is a lot of weapon switching, so you have to like this particular monster only gets killed by this type of weapon.
Oh, okay.
So when you see another monster, you kind of have to. So it's like a game of, and they emphasize a lot on mobility. So you can do double jump, you can like fly through the air, and you can double jump and dash across. So a lot of mobility, but it's very frenetic in Doom Eternal. So some people really, really enjoy Doom Eternal, like the way that, but it's less methodical. It's more like twitch reflex, right? Because you have to like, you see the monster, then you immediately have to like switch to the weapon that you need to use. While Doom 2016 is more like methodical. Like you can think about, okay, this is my combat arena. How do I want to kill everybody in the right way? While Doom Dark Ages is like bullet hell. You know the bullet hell games?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a bullet hell. So you have to like you have a shield and a melee weapon. And your shield and melee, right, are like your most powerful weapons in the like, more powerful than your weapon.
There's no range weapon? It's not a gun.
It is a gun. So it's set like in medieval times, but you have
okay.
You still have your regular shotguns, everything, but of course some of the other weapons are you got rocket launcher, grenade launcher, but some of the other weapons are more medieval. But the key thing is that if your strongest weapons are your shield and your melee, then obviously you will use your strongest weapons, right? So it's a bit like bullet hell. They'll shoot like a lot of bullets at you, and then when you see the green one, you have to deflect and parry. So a little bit like Obscure and Dark Souls game, you parry, and you'll it will send it back to them and do like insane damage. And and then you can use your shield to like latch like if the enemy is across the yard, you can like smack your shield at them and like go from like move like 200 meters in like a single instant. So it's a very interesting mechanic. I really enjoy it. I don't think any of the Doom games are bad. They're all very well made and very interesting. It's just that I think they would cater to different people who like different things. Yeah. So I think it depends on. I actually think that if you were to start, it's good to start with Doom 2016, like the first Doom, because like you said, they look equally good.
Okay.
And Doom 2016 plays perfect on the deck. You can play my copy. I have it on.
Oh yeah, sure.
On Steam as well. So if you need to play it, I've also been playing. So this do you have a deck recommendation actually?
Probably Clair Obscur of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually have a deck recommendation. I didn't bring it up actually, but I've been playing. Chrono Trigger. Have you heard of Chrono Trigger?
Yep.
It's a very old game. Like one of the. So it was first released on the Super Nintendo system. So that was like what? Like almost 40 years ago, 50 years ago maybe. But anyway, so I've been playing on this. Do you ever have a Game Boy Advance?
No, I never owned a Game Boy. Never.
Wow.
Yeah.
Surprising. As in your mom didn't like get you a system.
My first Nintendo. Okay, I had SNES. And then
okay,
after
so you
that,
did have-
yeah, after that I never had any of the Nintendo stuff until the 3DS, yeah.
Oh, so you did have a handheld.
Yeah,
Like,
so
basically.
I basically skipped the entire Game Boy line and then I got a 3DS.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, you had consoles, right? You like PlayStation 1 and everything.
I know. I had a Sega Mega Drive, SNES, Sega Saturn, and then after that it was just no consoles all the way until PS4.
And 3DS lah.
Yeah, and 3DS lah.
Handheld lah, okay.
PSP, 3DS, and then so I never owned like any of the PS1 to PS3 or any of the Xboxes.
Or the Xbox or 360.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So the GBA actually is it's actually just like it's normal handheld like that, right?
Mhm.
If you look at
Yeah.
purple. But there's also a GBA SP, which is a clamshell.
Oh, okay.
So actually, it's downstairs. 2 days you go get it. But anyway, it's like a clamshell, and so I actually have had two. Have you heard of these like retro handheld?
Yep.
Emulator games.
Yep.
So there's like a ton of it. It's like a huge boom recently. People have been buying it because basically with that, right, you can play all games, emulate all games up to like PS1 with the most
I
basic.
have one also, but it was given to me. Hold on. It's not mine actually.
Yeah. I would actually give it to. I actually have given 2 away as gifts. 3 away as gifts, and I would give away more if I knew people would enjoy it. But the first one I gave to was my brother-in-law because he loves to play like Pokemon and everything. And this is like the Pokemon machine lah. Like you can play. Imagine you play everything from the first Game Boy all the way to PS to like Game Boy Advance and above. So, and even play DS and stuff like that. So,
I don't know where.
yeah. So I've had like 3 different systems. One that looks like a regular Game Boy, you know, the Game Boy, but
Yep.
it looks like a Game Boy, but it's much smaller and it's obviously a very nice color screen. Then I had one which kind of looked like a PSP lookalike, and then now the recent one I bought was a GBA, like a Game Boy Advance with the clamshell. But one thing I really enjoy about this is my recommendation, by the way, is because like when you have a Game Boy or where the screen is exposed, right? Then you have to put it in a case when you travel,
Yes.
right? Because if not, you scratch the screen.
Oh yeah, but so clamshell doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, the clamshell. So I just slide it. You know the bag you bought for me, the Genki.
Yep.
I just slide it into where the Steam Deck is supposed to be, and that covers like 1/3 of the space. I can put other things in the other part. So yeah, good.
How is the
if
bag
you-
though?
The bag is great. It is my carrier. It's the one I use. But to be fair, I also have not been carrying around my Steam Deck very often.
Same.
I carry
I've been
around-
using it a lot, but not carrying my Steam Deck around.
Yeah. No, but I like the fact that I have the option to carry it around if I
Yeah.
want to. But because for me, when I travel, like if I travel somewhere and do something, if I drive, like because you drive now, right? I don't use the Steam Deck when I drive.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
I don't have chance to use it
Yeah,
as much. Yeah.
Then when I reach to that place, I'm like gonna do whatever I'm gonna
Correct.
do already.
Yeah.
I have to work. So there's no reason for me to bring, which is why this emulator system, the RG35XX is so good because I can just bring this tiny. It's like literally the size of a. If it's even small, it's like the size of a mint in terms of its width and diameter. The thickness is a bit thicker, but yeah. So, my recommendation is that. And
Actually, I have one. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What do you know which one you have?
As in, no. I actually have a recommendation, but
Okay.
the one that I have, it's actually given to Sherilyn as a gift. It looks like it's basically it looks like a white Game Boy,
I think I know. It's either
but it doesn't have a color screen, but it has.
Oh, it doesn't have a color screen.
It doesn't, but it basically emulates all the old games like the original Super Mario and stuff.
But if it's no color, that means it can only play up to Game Boy.
Yeah, so it has like ton of Game Boy games.
Yeah.
And so Meredith has been playing on it like once in a while.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that's kind of limiting. I think the most basic ones, the cheap ones, like the one that I always recommend people to get is something called a Mio Mini Plus. I'll send to you. It's really cute. I think you can get it like on Shopee for like $50 or something. Mio Mini, MIYOO Mini. So there's the Mini and the Mini Plus. The Mini is really tiny, and the Mini Plus, but that can play all the way to PS1.
That's not bad.
Play PS1 on it. Like, you know, the crazy thing is that Do you know the PS1 didn't have analog sticks? If you picture the PS1 controller, right, it doesn't have analog sticks. The analog sticks only came in PS2.
It doesn't, man.
It doesn't. So I'm trying to remember all my PS1 games that I played. Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
It's up to what,
They
9?
No, but they added analog sticks later on, I think, for the updated version.
Whether they added or not is separate, because the game developers designed the games without the analog stick in
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of blew my mind, but which is why you can play it on the Game Boy machine, because there's no analog stick. So that's kind of crazy. You can kind of replay all your. But for now, because of the clamshell, I play almost all GBA games on it. Sorry, you said you have a deck recommendation.
Yes, so I recently got an iPad. Mainly for work lah. But of course, you wanna maximize use, right? So I went to find out how to get comics for free. So my recommendation is actually it's two things. So if you have an iPad or iOS, there's this app called Panels, Panels. It's actually the same name as MKBHD, Marcus Brownlee. He do you remember there was a controversy where he released a wallpaper app which was really expensive?
I don't remember.
So he released an app that you can buy wallpapers from, and he called it Panels also. But anyway, so it just happens to have the same name, yeah. So it's called Panels. It's free, but there's a paid version that lets you do more stuff, but you really don't have to pay for it. It's very good even when it's free. And then there's this website that collects like all the English comics. So not just Marvel and DC, but like all the other smaller companies also. It's just called getcomics.org.
Okay.
Yeah, and people just upload like scans of.
Place where Nintendo would, if this was Nintendo, they would find you.
Yes, like if it was a Nintendo comics, Nintendo will shut it down. But so far it's been around for quite a while, and the library is really good. Like basically almost anything that has appeared in the Western world, you can find it there. Yeah, and you can just download it. So what I do is I use Google Drive.
Yep.
Yeah, so I download the files, I put it into Google Drive, and then I use my iPad to open from Google Drive, and then I've been reading. So I've actually read quite a bit. So I finished Unsold, right? The first book from the Cradle Saga.
Yeah.
And then since then I took a break to read like some comics, and I finished about, let me see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10, 11 comics so far. And not just like single comics. So what I do is I download the collections. Yeah, so normally when a comic, like a run is done, they just collect it, and then they will sell like a full, completed version. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've been looking for comics that have finished the run, and then I'll just download the entire run, and then I'll read lah. Yeah, so currently I'm rereading the original Spider-Verse comics.
Yeah.
Which was actually released in 2015. So it's been 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Like the quality of the app is good, and the quality of the scans are good. Yeah.
Yeah, and also you have an iPad Pro, so that helps.
Yeah, I have an iPad Pro, yeah. So, but you save so much money from doing that, because comics are actually quite expensive. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's my
technically not
not legal.
Not a legal option.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, there's something else I want to share with you, since I think you'll like this because it's kind of horror.
Mm-hmm.
So, and since you've been on a book binging thing, so I told you before that I'm writing a book. I'm not writing a horror book, but I asked my brother-in-law to read it for me, and he told me, basically my brother-in-law, right, he's a person who can't really concentrate on reading. Like he can't really read because he finds that he gets easily distracted.
Oh, that's so sad though.
He recommended me 2 books. One of it is this mystery horror book that he said he couldn't put down the moment he started reading it. So it's actually a Japanese mystery horror, and it's called the Japanese name is called Hennae, but it's called It's by a guy called Uketsu. So Uketsu. And I think it's called Strange Drawings. Is it called Strange? I don't know what I forgot what the English word is.
The
called.
Strange House, is it?
No, Strange House is Henna. Is different. It's a sequel. But I think the one I read was Henna, which is Strange Drawing, Strange Picture. Let me try to find. It looks like this. I'll send you the link in Discord. But okay, you can. It has been translated to a YouTube. So someone did it. Actually, I think when he wrote it as a YouTube collection. So it would show on YouTube, and he would explain the whole story. But basically, it's a collection of 5 stories. And the reason why it's called Strange Drawings is because each story has a collection of different drawings.
Mm-hmm.
That's really strange.
So it's a comic series or a book series?
No, so it started off as a YouTube, then it became a YouTube like video series.
Mm-hmm.
It became a book, then became a manga.
Oh.
So, but I recommend the book, and the reason why I recommend the book over, like you can also do a podcast on it. Like you can also not podcast. What do you call it? Audiobook.
Mm.
But because there are physical drawings in it.
So you have to actually look at it.
Yeah, so I think you'll like it, especially you just read the first 2 stories, right? And you'll just be like, what the heck is going on? Like I was
So you read it already? You read it?
Yeah, I read it. It's actually very short. Like I think honestly, if you start reading it, right, you might not stop until the night is over. It's that kind of.
Okay, I gotta find it though. That's the problem.
Yeah, you can. Do you have Libby on like you can download books, free books from the NLB?
Oh no,
Have
I
you done it before?
haven't. Yeah.
Let me find it on Amazon later now. I'll see if I can send to you.
Okay.
So
sure.
actually, yeah, this is a third recommendation. Is because you mentioned about getcomics.org, right?
Yep.
There's actually a website called annasarchive.org. It is the Get Comics equivalent, but the books version. So you can download
Oh wow. Okay.
any book you want. So like the Cradle series you want is on there. The last book of
Nice.
the Cradle one. But of course, buying it on Amazon is more convenient because it just straight away goes into your Kindle, right? If you read it from there. But if you jailbreak your Kindle like I do, then you can just like I honestly don't buy books from Kindle Amazon anymore. I just download it and just put it into my Kindle. But yeah, I recommend it because I know you like horror, and at the end of it, I think you'll be like a bit mind blown by it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
So hope you enjoy it. Uketsu Henna yeah. I have to find out what's the English name for it because actually my brother-in-law introduced it to me. But anyway, it's called Strange Pictures. So it's called Strange Pictures. I'll send it to you. I'll send you the picture of it. You can actually put it on the pod as well if you can download the picture. Okay, now to the main topic, which is Clair Obscur. So, Marv, I just want to ask you, like, okay, since the last time I introduced, so for those of you who are listening, the Clair Obscur is I think it's only been a month since it was released. It's a new IP game that's released by a developer called Sandford Interactive. They are based in France, Montpellier, I think. And they are a group of new developers, or previously some of them used to work with Ubisoft Montpellier. And they basically made a turn-based role-playing game, which is, most people would say, is a very niche
It's a
genre.
French JRPG.
Yeah, French JRPG, because they are inspired by games like, Lost Odyssey, Final Fantasy, Persona. And so they made this game. And to be fair, like, Marv has been like steadily like playing lots and lots of single-player games. Like even to the point where his last big game he played was Metaphor ReFantazio, right? Which is another like 70-hour JRPG that you played.
Yep.
You played other games before that, I think, but that's like probably the biggest single-player game.
I finished. I mean, this year I finished 6 games.
Yeah.
Clair Obscur, Aliens Dark Descent, which was a TRPG, right?
Yeah, tactical RPG.
I'll consider I finished WoWs because I mean I finished like the story of WoWs and like Baldur's Gate 3, Half-Life Alyx, and Alien Rogue Incursion Part 1. So that's 6 games this year.
For last year, basically, right?
Yes, like December. Yeah.
So like it's amazing that you. So the reason why I recommended Clair Obscur to you, not just because it's a really fantastic game, but because if you can play Metaphor Fantasio, then Clair Obscur is actually a pretty easy sell for you because I think it actually makes some aspects of Metaphor that you maybe didn't enjoy as much, made it more enjoyable, like the combat, which you enjoyed, right? Metaphor.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe I just want to ask you, like, what is your? Give me first. What do you think if you were to score this game on a scale of 1 to 10? How would you score it, and what are your thoughts on
So
this game?
okay, I actually went to write a review on Metacritic
Oh,
because that's how much I like.
okay.
If I
So
actually like a game a lot, I would review it.
Wow. So did you write a review for Metaphor?
Let me see. No, okay. So what I've reviewed so far on Metacritic is Clair Obscur, WoW's, Rogue Incursion, the VR alien game,
Yeah.
and Silent Hill 2.
Oh, so wow. So even
Yeah.
Metaphor doesn't fit in that rarefied category.
I don't know why I didn't read Metaphor.
But I
Why?
mean, it's good enough that you would write it, right, for Metaphor
Yeah.
if you.
So actually, my Clair Obscur review in the I gave it a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
but in the like when you can write like a little write up, right? I actually gave it I said it was a true 11/10 experience. Yeah.
Wow.
I would give it +1. So
Yeah.
what I wrote, okay, this is what I wrote. I'm going to read it out, okay? Clair Obscur Expedition 33 isn't just a game, it's an experience. A
Wow.
breathtaking fusion of haunting beauty, deeply atmospheric storytelling, and bold artistic vision. This title transcends genre expectations and delivers something rare. A world that stays with you long after the credits roll. Like, until now, it's been 2 weeks already. I'm still thinking about the ending. There are games that entertain and there are games that elevate the medium. Clair Obscur does both. So a true 11/10 experience. So that was my... I know it sounds like really like super high praise, but it is my game of the year. It might even be my game of the decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that like it will stay on your top 5 list of all time games for a long time.
Yes. Yeah. Like I don't think there's any game this year that has blown me away like to
Not
the
even
point.
this year, man.
No,
The
yeah,
past,
not this
what,
year.
3
Like the
years?
past 5 years, I would say like since 2021. Like, because if you go by a decade, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, like Metaphor was really good, but
Yeah.
I think Clair Obscur took it to the next level.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe on that note, tell me what are some things about, because they're very similar in certain ways, but also very different in other ways. What are some of the things that you? I was actually going to break it down by like, story, graphics, but let's not do that. Let's talk about,
So,
because I think Metaphor is a good jumping off point.
so if I were to like use Metaphor as like the springboard, right? So what I like most about Metaphor, I think I said this before, was the stories, like the relationships, and then the backstories of all the people, right? All the party members. I think Clair Obscur did an even better job. They may not have Yes, they may not have explored much about the backstory of each person, like each member, but I think the way that the relationships were formed, and obviously what happens at the end, was really like it sets the tone and then it breaks your heart, kind. So I mean, okay, just jumping ahead, like we talk about the ending. So no matter which ending you choose, spoiler talk. So no matter which ending you choose, I would say that, okay, this is how I see it. I hate both endings, but I love the game. Yeah, I like
you hate that the developers forced you these two choices. But
yes,
you appreciate the
correct.
artistic
Like, I hate the ending so much that I love it. That's how that's how much like it means to me. I feel like, because one of the so-called failures of like multiple endings that's been really famous in games media is ME3, right? Yeah, I mean, for those who play Mass Effect 3, I mean, you get 3 choices, but they kind of don't really matter, because I think they touted it as like all your actions and all your choices will matter in like the ending that you get, but actually it didn't. So I think Clair Obscur is like the anti ME3. Yeah, where your choice really matters in how the game ends. Yeah. So I think what I like also is that the developers have come out to say that there is no canon ending.
Yeah.
Like neither of them are canon.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
Or either are canon, I
Yeah,
guess.
correct. Whichever you choose is the ending.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think what you said is like the story. Okay, so just let's talk about story first. I think the way that Metaphor builds your characters is very like, because Metaphor has that whole level system, right? The companion ranking up to rank 8, I think. Is that the final rank in companions?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but you see, they have something similar in Clair Obscur as well.
Yeah.
But it's not like, it's more of just them telling you what to do. They're telling you like their experiences, and then you just arbitrarily rank up their relationship.
Yep.
There's no gameplay implications for it actually.
Yep.
Right. Not like the way Metaphor does it, which is like every rank up actually affects how the character plays, right? In terms of
Like unlocks like their advanced class and stuff. Yeah.
Correct. So in a sense, that's a bit less, but it feels more natural in Clair Obscur, right? It's not like rank 1, then you're just waiting for it to be like rank 2, and then it's more like, oh, I'm in the fireplace, I'm in like the camp area, and I just kind of want to talk to everybody, not because I want to rank them up, but just because I want to know like what is Verso or Gustav gonna talk to them about, what they're gonna share about their life, which I think is the interesting. And of course, I think the greatest strength about this game is that the main story itself is, to me, much more interesting than the Metaphor main story.
Yep.
I think we both agree that Metaphor's strength is mostly in the main story is not bad in Metaphor. It's good, but you're mostly there for like the Heims, May, and all your other companion characters that journey together with you, and you want to see their stories play out. But like the whole, so I mean, Metaphor is not Metaphor, sorry. Clair Obscur is broken up into 3 acts, right? And every act is just like
a banger. It's so good.
It's like you don't know where each act goes, and by the end of each act, it really feels like acts, because each act is so different from each other. Like you think you're doing one thing, and then the end of the first act, bam, you're doing something different all of a sudden. And the end of the second act, bang, all of a sudden your whole expectations, your whole understanding of the world is changed. But in a way that doesn't feel like a Deus Ex Machina, right? Which is like what Emmy does, right?
So like for Metaphor, I think the weakest part is that it's very, I think like I mentioned it before, it's very tropey, it's very cliche. A lot of the stuff, like there is one big twist, but most of the other stuff is kind of predictable. You know where it's going. Yeah.
And even the big twist, you kind of see it a little bit.
But Clair Obscur is like, the story points hit so well. Yeah, and when they have a twist, it's not like, it doesn't feel like it's purposely shoehorned in. Yeah. Like it has major story implications, and it flows really well even though there's a twist.
Do you have a favorite character? SK, man, for me. SK. Sometimes you wee, sometimes you woo.
Yeah, I guess SK would be the favorite, right? Actually, like Shil. How do you pronounce it? Xiao? Yeah. Like, I think her story was really sad.
Yeah. Because she's like a kind of what do you call it? She's like the kind of person that you actually, I mean, you being a social worker, like you tout them and say like, oh, this is someone who has gone through grief.
Yeah.
And somehow still manages to be a positive
kind of like she's working through it, and she's doing what she can.
But then I would say when Act 3 happens, right, and spoiler, and the possibility of getting back what she lost is suddenly possible, then I think that there's a lot of like meta narratives, a lot of this is so interesting from like psychological, sociological level, right? Like if you could get back your loved ones, what would that change to your, like, would that change the recovery that you've achieved so far? Yeah, would like undo all the things that you've worked on. So I think it's very interesting. I think Gustav is a really interesting character, but obviously his character art is cut short. So okay, spoiler alert for everybody who's
poor Charlie Cox.
If you have not played past Act 1, then you should stop listening. But what do you think of end of Act 1? We'll just go through the acts.
I honestly did not expect that to happen.
So you didn't expect Gustav to just like literally just die.
I think also because at that point in time, how many party? Oh no, you have 4, right?
You have 5 actually.
Yeah, but you haven't met Monaco at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
But I knew Ben Starr was coming because at that point Ben Starr hadn't appeared.
Yeah, but you could have had 6 party members.
So
Actually,
yes, I assumed there would be 6. Yeah. So when Andy Serkis just like, destroys him, I didn't think he was gonna die. I thought he would like jump down together and yeah.
Or even if he kind of dies, maybe some way to resurrect him or something.
Yeah.
Right?
I was genuinely shocked that they killed him off. It was such a Game of Thrones moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when so that was the big twist in end of Act 1, where Gustav dies, and you at this point you still don't really know anything.
Yes.
You just know that Renoir is bad and killing everybody. And then at the end of Act 2, the story really opens up, because then you given the big reveal as to who the Painters really is, what is the whole world that you're in right now, which is that, I mean, obviously that you are, they're all in paintings, they're on the canvas.
So at the end of Act 2, when, that there's a part where after you beat her the first time, and then the second fight, she doesn't do anything, she just keeps healing you and like shielding you. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
was like, something is wrong. That's when I started to suspect that she's not the true villain. I don't know, maybe I think a lot of people, I would say like a fair number of people would have predicted it, that it's not so straightforward, that she's
not the big boss.
Yeah, she's not the main boss. But I was tricked because after that it said epilogue and I was like, huh? The game is over. We beat her. And they did it twice. There was 2 epilogues after Act 2.
I mean,
and then the real go match happens. So I was thrown off like the second time. I think that's what makes the story so good for me, because I don't know, maybe I'm a bit more blur, but I didn't expect like all the twists.
I mean, I think I didn't. So the thing is that you obviously try to think of theories when you play the game. Like, oh, maybe this is this.
Yeah.
Like maybe the curator, he's definitely someone. Like he's definitely related to someone, but you don't actually know who this person is. And then you see the painters, and you're like, they look kind of similar.
Yep.
But but I think part of the fun of these kind of games is also not trying to guess the ending of the game too well, because you still want
to be surprised. Yeah, correct. You want to be surprised.
If you guess everything at the start, like it's like a Christopher Nolan movie, like Tenet or
you wanna kind of figure it out, but you also don't really want to figure it out yet.
Like you want to be surprised in a way that okay,
you want to have your mind blown at the end, right?
Yeah. So I think this kind of game is very special. I'm interested to know whether if we replay it again, which I think this is a game that eventually, maybe 5 years from now, I might want to go back and just replay it to refresh my memory and just to experience it again. But whether we would still have that same, like, I mean, obviously not the same impact as it did the first time, the story wise. But moving on from the story, like, what else about this game, like in terms of everything else, did you? Because obviously story is not enough to carry the game.
I would say almost every aspect of the game is perfect. Like combat is really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how they, like, okay, obviously the combat system is not new, so it has been used before, right, in other games.
It's Persona, the
dodge and the real time part of the turn based. So it's been used before in other games, but I think
not in a JRPG format though.
Yeah, but I think I can't remember. There was another game that made this.
Super Mario. That's not true. That's true. Super Mario RPG has it. That's true.
So, but I think there's like a dopamine hit. You know, you can hear me? Can you hear me?
My internet down?
No, I can still hear you. Hello.
Hello. I don't know whether
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this dopamine hit when you successfully parry everything, and then they do like, especially when they do the team counter thing. Yeah. So they managed to like get the essence of how to get people, basically the neurotransmitters firing.
Yeah.
And it's not okay. I would say it's tough, but it's not too tough, unless you're talking about Simon. Yeah, but everything else in the game, I think it's you can learn within a few tries.
And like you will. It's kind of like a Souls boss, right? Where you like fight it 4 or 5 times and you lose, but by the 5th time you're like, okay, I got it already.
Yes.
I'm gonna get it.
So like for example, which one was it? I think the last fight when you fight. No, wait. Which fight is it where? Okay, before you fight the Pinterest, you fight Renault, right?
Yeah, you fight
Renault.
her Ren.
Yeah, her. Yeah, and then he summons the wolf, right? So I think I got stuck there for a while, like maybe like half an hour, because I kept dying when the wolf came out. But after a while, it just like, you just click, like you lock in, after you learn all the patterns.
That's the thing is that I know I told you when you're playing it, right? I say you need to try Sekiro because this is exactly the same feeling you get when you play a Sekiro boss. Like you play against it, right? The first time you play it, right? Like within 30 seconds you die. You just dead. Like because you don't know their moves. Then the next time you play, you last like a little bit longer because you memorize a bit of their moves. And then once you memorize like then you fight the monster and then you kill him the first time and then you realize, crap, he has a second phase. Then you have to fight him again, and then you have to memorize his new moves, like which is the Renoir fight, right? The when he has the second phase.
Yep.
But then now the first phase is easy for you.
Yep.
Like you don't even think about his first phase anymore. You're just like, now I need to memorize the stupid second, which is basically like a Dark Souls game. So, interested to see if you will. I mean, at least that's the motivation behind their game design, I think.
Yep.
The developers, they wanted to mix this whole Dark Souls Sekiro parry style with like JRPGs. What do you think of the Lumina system and the Pictos? The whole build,
I liked it.
craft.
I liked it.
Basically.
I think it's simple enough, but not too simple. Yeah. So
I like. Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
yeah, I think the other thing was the what do you call it? The potion system. I think the potion system is really good.
Like that basically it's in what's it called, infinite until
Yes.
it's infinite basically. You can just refill it.
You don't feel like you have to hoard your materials.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's only 3.
Correct.
There's only 3 items.
Yep.
Which is good, right? It's just heal, AP, and resurrect.
Resurrect. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I think the only thing that I think the Picto system needs is a loadout. So,
Yes, that's what
like
you
you
need.
need to be able
A
to
loadout.
save the loadout. Like you create everything for your party and then you just save the loadout. So next time when you want to change it, you just immediately.
Maybe they'll add
have
it in
a
the future lah. If they update
Yeah.
the game, I don't know. Yeah.
They have a favorite system, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the
because
same.
you
It's not
could
the same.
you've got a favorite like 50 of it, and then there's no use to it anymore because it's What do you think of the music?
Oh, the
Sound.
music's so good. I let Sherilyn listen to some of the music on YouTube, and she was like, "Wow, it's really good."
Yeah. I mean, is it surprising that the French people create good music? Yeah, it's just surprising it took them so long to make a good movie, a good game. Yeah. What would you like to see moving forward
From them?
Setfall? Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't mind if they did some DLC, but I don't know if at the same time it's like, do you want more stuff from them, or is like this experience complete? But I wouldn't say no to more DLC. Like some DLC.
Where would you put DLC though?
I don't know. Maybe in the past. Definitely in the past, lah. Obviously.
Oh, okay.
Like the
So
earlier
not-
expeditions, or even like.
Yeah. But I think that might be a different game though. Like I think DLC is more like, I think where they'll put it is like, Act 3 where you have the freedom to do everything you want. I think they'll just put like
Yeah.
the story missions inside.
Yeah. That'll be
But
good.
I don't think it'll be a full new cast. Of
Yeah, like
characters.
not like a new campaign or what lah. Maybe just like
I think it'll just
like you said, a
several
couple of side
scenes.
missions. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, following the gestrels, so like Monaco or. Because I mean, there's a lot to flesh out here, right? In terms of how
Yeah.
like the real.
I mean, they've
Verso-
created a great world, so
Yeah.
if they wanted to flesh out other parts of the world, I
Yeah,
wouldn't say no.
And the whole clear fighting with the writers like her War of the Writers, is totally not explained at all in this
Yeah,
game.
correct. So there's a
So
lot of
you
mystery
kind of
also.
know
lah.
that, there's so much that they can go on from here. Do you think they're gonna? My question is, do you think they're gonna make another? There's no question they're gonna make another game. The question is, do you think they'll make a game that is similar to this, like has the same DNA, like JRPG, turn-based, real-time action combat? Would you want it, or would you want them to cook something else?
I don't know, man. I think at this point in time, I'm just looking forward to whatever they're gonna put out next. But at the same time, I think the pressure is gonna be like expectations are gonna be like sky high for them, because literally their first game is literally like one of the highest rated games ever. Yeah. So we'll see lah. We'll see. You know the meme. You know the meme. Like we'll watch your career with great interest. Yeah.
That's the property meme.
Yeah.
Property one. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Anything else you want to say about Clair Obscur?
Play it, like, if you're a gamer, even if you're not a gamer, but especially if you're a gamer, if you haven't played it, like, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm so glad
I think it's
that GTA 6 is postponed, delayed.
actually. Do you think that it would lose to GTA 6?
I think so.
I think it might lose Game of the Year, but it will win. What's the second one? Game Direction, is that what it's called? Best
Or maybe best RPG. Yeah.
No, it'll definitely win Best RPG. But I think it might win, like, because in terms of, I mean, GTA 6 is very. I mean, GTA when it comes out, it will be amazing.
Yes.
All GTA are amazing because the world they built, the technology they put. Like, you saw the GTA trailer, right? The second trailer. It looks amazing. It looks real. It's crazy. Right.
The problem is that GTA has such a huge following. It's so hyped up that it cannot not win. Like, it'll be weird if any other game wins.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, in terms of like the game, when you buy a GTA game, you kind of know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It's a GTA kind of style game. But this game, in terms of the way that, like, GTA 6 probably will not play very different from GTA 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like this Clair Obscur is just.
Do you think they will win Game of the Year though this year?
Yes. What are the contenders?
Ghost, maybe. KCD2.
KCD2. What's the other one that came out recently? There was a game called Kazan, but I don't think that's going to be list. Kazan, the First Berserker. There's one more. Blueprints. There was a new game.
Yeah, Blueprint I heard is pretty good. So yeah.
Yeah. It's on Game Pass. So.
I don't think there is like
only one.
A big contender though.
But then at the same time, who knows what? Split Fiction is the other one that came out this year.
Yeah, but no, I don't think Split Fiction will be.
No. The thing about Clair Obscur that will have advantage over Ghost of Yote is that people know what to expect from Ghosts, right? I'm sure Yote will be better than Tsushima.
Did Tsushima win?
No.
No, right? Okay.
Why did it win? It came out on the same year as God of War, I think. Oh no. Was it God of War? One of the other big games that
it will be nominated lah, probably.
Yeah. I mean, assuming they, like I said, Ghost doesn't need to. Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time. But that's because I like the art style, and I like the way it's played. And from what I've seen so far of Yote, they have like weapon switching, you have guns, you have a wolf companion, you have like, it seems like, and then the story things they are thinking of like removing more, like making the side quest stuff more interactive, like in a sense that it's not just going to be like map marker and follow the map marker and do this. But I think even if they revolutionize, and if it's a 9 out of 10 kind of game, I don't see how it can become a 10 out of 10 game. Yeah, like it's a 10 out of 10 game for me because I like that kind of game, but
not in like the general public's eye.
Yeah, and there's also there's something to be said about like a sleeper, like a game that nobody expected to be good, being that good.
Yep, and then winning Game of the Year, right?
Versus something that
has established.
Is good and will probably be good, but it needs to be even much better.
Correct. I agree.
So
I do think that like Clair Obscur has a very good chance of winning Game of the Year, based on.
I think it deserves it.
Just looking at the lineup for this year,
like any other game that comes out has to prove to us like how much better it is.
Unless Nintendo like suddenly drops some like crazy hit on the Switch 2 or something.
I don't. I mean, Metroid Prime 4 is coming.
Like a
out,
Breath of the Wild level kind of game. But I don't
even
think they have anything.
Even TOTK couldn't even sniff close to Game of the Year last year, right? They were
nominated, right? 2 years ago.
They were nominated for but that was the same year as BG3, right?
Yep.
Was it not?
I think
it's the
so.
same as BG3. Right? Yeah, they could barely. What was last year's Game of the Year?
Astrobot.
Yeah, it was Astrobot versus Metaphor, right? That was the whole thing. Yeah, like honestly, if this year you compare, with the exception of BG3, Clair Obscur would beat Astrobot and Metaphor.
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
So, yeah. All right. I want to ask you actually, how was you finished Last Horizon? How was that? Well, not finished, but you finished.
I've caught up.
Currently written books. Yeah.
I can't wait for the next one. Like,
how? Which do you have a favorite book? I mean, they're all really good, but
I mean, there's only been like what 3 books, right?
3 books.
I wouldn't.
Pilot.
Okay, I would say I prefer the second one the most. Like, I like the second one the most.
Yeah. The Starhammer one, right?
Yes, because I found
the villain was very good.
I found the most recent one, the engineer, right? The knight.
No,
you
the
know,
recent one is the knight.
the knight. Yeah, the next one I found the ending a bit rushed.
What was the name?
They killed the queen and then they broke the cocoon and then they fought
And he came out.
the new queen, right? I found it a bit rushed though.
And then where Varric went back into the blue.
Yes, the blue titan, right? Yeah. I felt like
the
the build up was a lot quicker, and the resolution was a lot faster than the Starhammer one. Yeah. Because you know, like, because I listened to it through audiobooks, right? So I can actually see like how many hours are left.
Yeah.
So the whole resolution of the third book like finished very quickly, like within like the last hour, that kind. Like the what do you call it? The review of the fight of the main villain and then the cocoon, all that, it just completed in like an hour of reading. Yeah. So it was like a roller coaster, like a really fast roller coaster.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting because the end of the night, basically you can kind of see where the book is going to go from here. Right? Because all the Zenith weapons have kind of like been released and they are all in different people's.
The Zenith cannon is with some.
It's with one of the perfected.
One of the perfected, right? Yes, correct.
Yeah. And then the perfected king himself has the Zenith chamber.
Okay.
Where he's using the Zenith chamber to make
perfected. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's all the other like the what's the other?
There's supposed to be 7 of the Zenith errors. Stuff.
Zenith
right?
computer. That's the one that is run by what's his name? The shadowy corporation. The one that
yes,
Omega's objective, right? What's it called?
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called already.
Yeah, but so I think it's I love the characters in Last Horizon. I think the Last Horizon and so moving on to Cradle. So you're reading Cradle now. You've just finished Unsold. So you're now on or you're gonna start.
I started Soulsmith.
So I will say it's not a spoiler, but I mean it's a little bit of a spoiler, but like you know the cast of because in Last Horizon you basically get all your main characters in like you basically get your party members in like by the end of by the second book, right?
Yep.
You get your full 6 crew members by that. And I think Cradle has I already told you before that Cradle is like a slow burn.
Yep.
Last Horizon is like everything is like it's like a Marvel movie, you know, it's like action scene, bah, 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 bah. You're just constantly getting hit by bangers and but like Cradle is similar in terms of like eventually there's a team that is formed as well. So
so there is a team. I mean now he's only
now it's only him and Yeren.
Yeah, Yeren, yeah. Correct.
Yeren
is so OP also.
Wait, you wait.
I assume he gets more and more like powerful over the books.
Yeah. I mean the whole this is the whole book is about how he becomes
strong.
OP.
Okay.
Right, how he becomes strong. So and it's very satisfying because of course with Varric, from the beginning he's OP already. Right?
Yep.
He's OP from the beginning and
he just gets more and more OP.
Yeah, the book kind of just peels off the layers of like how OP he actually is, but maybe he's like Superman, right? He's just holding himself back.
Yeah.
But in the case of Cradle, he's not. He's really really not OP. He's underpowered
He's
at
weak
the start.
actually. Yeah.
He's weak, and then how he, by a lot of luck, by a lot of skill as well, he manages to become OP. So I think that, and I think with that kind of story, there's more payoff, right?
I
Because you
was a
see
bit
how weak.
I was a bit thrown off though when they introduced what's her name?
Surreal,
Yeah.
surreal.
I was like, okay, there's a totally like different level of existence.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, this is like basically imagine you're watching like Iron Man 1 and then all of a sudden Thanos shows up.
Yeah.
That's
correct.
the feeling, right? It's like
Yeah.
hello, snap.
It was a bit jarring.
So-
I won't deny. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it kind of shows you, it kind of bookends the power spectrum, right?
Yeah.
It shows you like
I
this is
think
where
right,
you are now and this is
honestly, because I've read the Last Horizons like books, right? I mean, because they're the same author, right? So I have like faith that he can pull it off.
Yeah.
But I think if I didn't read those
Read
books
Last
yet, and I just read Cradle like Unsold immediately, I'll be like, are you sure? Like this is like totally doesn't make sense and is not.
yeah,
It doesn't flow at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. There are comparisons by the like on Reddit where you will see people like comparing Lyndon with like Varric.
Very. Okay.
You know, like who would win kind of thing.
But Cradle is done already, right?
Kratos done
Okay.
and ready.
Okay. That's good.
So it's a full series, so
Mm.
you can. Everybody's set. Nobody wants it to be done, but the good thing is that it ends very. It's one of those series that like Game of Thrones. I'm looking at you, where you are contented at the end. Like you're like, dang, this is a good payoff.
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope.
I mean, I've been
you enjoy
waiting
it.
like more than 10 years for the next Game of Thrones books. I don't think it's coming.
No.
I don't
No,
think it's
like,
coming.
Don't worry, you have so many other good fantasy.
I don't know
books
if
for
you've
you.
seen, but just recently, I think like yesterday or today, G.R.R. Martin announced that he's involved in another project. Yeah, let me see. Which is not
It's
Game
not
of
gonna
Thrones.
be- There's actually another fantasy book that I really recommend called The Name of the Wind. It's actually the Clair Obscur of fantasy books. So
What
usually
series is that?
it's called The Name of the Wind. It's the
Okay.
series is called King Killer Chronicles.
It's done already?
But
Like
the-
it's finished?
No. So
Oh, it's still ongoing?
when no, he's worse than George R. R. Martin. Okay, so when he wrote Name of the Wind, this is Clair Obscur. Basically, everybody was like freaking blown away by this guy's book. It's written so well. It's one of the best fantasy books I've ever read, and it's written by like it's his first book, which
Okay.
is so rare. Like people who write their first book don't usually write bangers for their first book.
Yeah.
Like they get better, but they don't write the best book. So when he writes it, everybody's like excited. So he writes his second book as well. So he writes the sequel to the first book, but it's meant to be a trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's meant to be a trilogy, and he hasn't written. You know how long people have been waiting for the third book? 15 years. Has it been 15 years? Has it been 15 years?
So
Yeah.
so it's
like,
just two books so far.
yes, it's 2 books.
Okay.
And the crazy thing is that I never, even though it's the first 2 books are so freaking good, I never recommend it to people because
You don't know if the
they're
third one
not
is ever
good.
coming out.
yeah. So the first book is called Name of the Wind. It's 2007. The second book is called The Wise Man's Fear. It's 2011. And then the third book, which is Door of Stone, is not yet has been to be announced.
Is he old? Is this old? Is the guy old?
So his name is Patrick Rothfuss. Patrick Rothfuss, George R. R. Martin, and Brandon Sanderson. These are the big three
So,
in the fantasy.
Why is he not?
Yeah,
Because
all-
I can understand why George R. R. Martin is. So okay, the one that they just announced yesterday, he's doing an animated adaptation of one of Hercules stories called a Dozen Tough Chops. Basically, his
People are saying it's
what's it called? Hercules's. There's a term for it.
what?
His 12 labors, right?
12 Labors, yeah.
Yeah. So
He kills the
we are
ninja
like,
and everything.
the book is never coming out.
Yeah, it's not
Never
coming out.
coming out.
But you think about it, right? It's hard for it to come out because it will always be compared. I mean, not that the series ended well either.
No, that's the thing.
But
it can't be worse.
It doesn't.
It can't be worse than the TV show. Yeah.
But he gains nothing by finishing it. Actually, technically.
Yeah, I mean he already has HBO money and stuff lah. So.
Yeah, he gains nothing.
He has a bunch of other shows coming out like Night
He
of the
can
Seven
only
Kingdoms.
lose. He can only lose if you think about it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Because if it's not good, people will just shit on it. If it's good, people will be like, "Why didn't you,
Yeah.
use this storyline?"
Yeah, he can't win. So I doubt we're gonna talk about. But anyway,
Whatever,
it's okay. You have a ton of books. You have the Cradle.
I do, and I have a ton of comic books as well. So
yeah. Actually, I wanted to talk a bit about parenting, which is I wanted to before we end, which we have maybe for last 5 minutes, because you said recently you talked to Meredith about you gave her your Digimon, right? You bought
so
her
I
Digimon.
bought two. I bought two of these. I don't know if you can see. Can you see?
I mean,
let me see. Yeah. Oh wait, let me show you.
Oh, I can see Agumon.
So I have.
No, that's
this is the evolved form of Metal Greymon. This is Omegamon. Oh no, is it
now?
Omega? Yeah. So the 20th anniversary version lets you have 2 Digimon.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So this is the version 5 one.
That's nostalgia.
Yeah, it's nostalgic, right? Yeah. So what happened was, Meredith has to go to school, right? Obviously, and she can't bring it to school.
Yeah.
So she made her mom pinky promise her to take care of her Digimon. And okay, the thing is that her Digimon were not evolving anymore. They were stuck at Greymon.
Yeah. So
Before Metal Greymon. Yeah, because she made too many care mistakes. So they were not evolving. Like mine had already evolved. Yeah, and we started at the same time. So I don't know. I mean, it could be a confluence of factors, like because she already made so many care mistakes. But so what happened was that when we went to pick her up, Sherilyn forgot. Like she forgot to bring it out of the house. She left it at home, and we were like, and she had to go for, was it ballet? Music. She had to go for music. So that means we'll be out of the house for like maybe 4-ish hours. So we were like, it's only 4 hours. Like, how bad can it be, right? At the most, they'll just be hungry. And so when we came home from music lesson, so she picked it up first. Then she was pressing it, but because when it's dead, you can't do anything. You can't feed it. You can't do anything, right? And it makes a different sound. It's like instead of like, I don't know if you can hear this sound. Can you hear this sound? Is it picking it up? Yeah. So instead of a high pitch, it's a low pitch, like tut 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 tut. Then I was like, why does it sound so weird? So I took it from her. And the first thing I see is 2 gravestones. And then I went, oh no, it's your Digimon died. And then her face literally goes like, and then she looks up at me like that. And then she she just starts wailing and bawling her eyes out, before she even she hasn't even looked at it yet, but it's just because I said that they're dead. And then she hugs me, and then she's like just crying. And then I asked her to go hug her mom, and then she goes, "Mommy, where's the money meal? Take care of what a Digimon." And then she just keeps crying and crying. Yeah. And then I tried to console her. I was like, "It's okay. You can start again from egg." And then the more I said, the more she goes, "Ah!"
Yeah, this is like the classic, like my pet died.
Yeah. So after she come, and Sherilyn was so guilty. Like she was so guilty, she cried also lah. Like she teared a bit.
Oh,
yeah,
it's my fault that by that.
Yeah, I mean technically it is her fault because she left it at home, right? Yeah. In her defense, she wanted to come home and get it, but I was like, I don't want to come back just for Digimon. And it's only 4 hours. It's nothing's gonna happen to it. But it died. But anyway, so after that, when she calmed down, and then I just took the chance to just explain to her a bit about death. I mean, how much can you explain death to a 4-year-old, right? But I think I tried. I told her some things will die, and that they will pass on lah. Then I said just like your grandmother.
Wow.
Her great grandmother. Her great grandmother, yeah.
I would not be around anymore.
Oh no. I use great grandmother, like my grandmother lah. Yeah, and then I think it helped because I let her choose the new egg, and I'm like, you see, you can start the the pet will come back lah. So she chose another 2, and then after that, today she actually asked Sherilyn like, "Mummy, 你有没有去做工?" Then Sherilyn was like, "No, not working today." Then she's like, "Can you take care of my Digimon?" So I think she got her redemption today. She managed to raise them and evolve them back to adult stage. Yeah, while she was at school lah. Yeah. So it was a funny but heartbreaking experience, I guess.
I mean, it's good. It's good that they have to learn these kind of things, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
good to learn it sooner rather than later.
And I guess it's better that she learned it on a digital thing than a real life
Are
pet.
you guys
Yeah.
if you ask for pets, are you ever gonna get a pet for her?
No. I said I don't. I mean, personally, I don't want pets that can roam around. I'm okay with fish, right? Yeah.
Trapped in their aquarium.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I want to ask you one more thing, which is about so recently, just today actually, we brought Becca for swimming lessons.
Oh, cool.
So, because the thing about Japan is that there's no outdoor pools. So all pools are indoor and heated, right? I mean, it makes sense because it gets cold in winter. But Becca is so cute. Like, she really loves. Like, okay, the funny thing that happened today was that she wore her goggles from the car park already. She wore her goggles. Okay, and then she was like, she heard there's an announcement from the place that, like, from far away, that she heard, like, all the people from this class, like, can come in already.
Mhm.
Like, can come in and get ready.
And it was a class?
She said in Japanese, Mama, haiku ikanaito, which means, like, we have to hurry,
Yeah,
we have to
hurry
hurry,
up, right,
we
yeah.
have to go. Yeah, we have to go, or we'll be late, kind of thing. Ikanaito. And then so it was just so cute, like how she was so excited to swim, which is kind of funny because I mean I used to play water polo in school, but I remember my first swimming lesson, I was so terrified. Like, I was, there's I don't know if you remember when you learned how to swim, but there's this one exercise where my teacher did was like everybody will line up in a row and then take turns to jump into the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Just like get rid of the fear. Obviously in Japan they don't do that lah. They are much more what do you call it?
Gentle.
They're more gentle with the fact. Like, they hold the teacher will hold your hand and slowly pull you in until you get used to jumping in.
Okay.
But yeah, she was so brave and so like happy to do it. And I was just like, oh, she's so cute at doing this lah. So I just want to ask you, like, so we let her do this, and we offered there was another one which was gymnastics, like the jumping. They do handstand on the wall kind of thing, quite impressive. But it's quite expensive as well, all these kind of activities, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is in Singapore, but Japan is pretty strange. They don't. Singapore, I'm sure you just pay like either a monthly fee or you pay per lesson or something like that, right? But in Japan, they have like all these kind of strange things. Like, you have to pay new kaihi, which is like to enter the school, and you pay a cost. Insurance, you got to pay a lot of different weird costs before you even pay for the monthly lesson. Like, what does Meredith do anything?
So she does music at Yamaha.
She also does ballet.
And she does ballet. So music is once a week. So ballet used to be once a week. Oh, she at the age is keyboard. So I think at 6 or 7, then they choose like what they want to do. So they can choose an instrument. Yeah. So now she's doing keyboard. She's pretty good at it. Like, she can read quite a few notes. She can play.
Does she enjoy it? Does she really like it?
I think she does, but I'm quite sure she prefers ballet. Yeah. So she used to do ballet once a week. And then the teacher asked if we wanted to sign her up for pre-ballet. So what she's doing now is actually like kind of like more like dance appreciation, They don't really learn any of like actual ballet stuff. So the teacher asked if we want to sign up for pre-ballet with an exam at the end of the year. Yeah, and we asked her and she said yes. So the catch for this is that you have to pay everything up at one shot, which is 6 months worth, plus the exam fee, which is about $850. Yeah, so
I mean
it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's once a week. Yeah.
$150 a month. That's
not, so
twice a week, once a week.
Once a week. So the pre-ballet is once a week. Then the regular class is one. So she does
$40.
twice a week now. Yeah. So the other class is $300 for 3 months. Yeah. So I'm paying quite a bit lah. So we asked her and she said she wants, but you know, I mean, at the age they don't really know what you're talking about when you tell them something. Yeah, she just thinks like it's ballet. But so far she's gone for a few lessons, and I've, you know, we can watch lah. We can watch a bit of it.
Yeah.
She really takes it very seriously. I would say she's one of the more serious kids in the class. Like she actually does like, you know, all the stuff, you know, like she does it properly. Yeah, like she really pays attention.
Is it your first time seeing her in like a classroom setting? Because obviously in school
yes, like it's the first time really seeing her like following instructions, and like you can see the other kids, some of them are like just, you know, still playing around. Yeah, they don't do it like seriously, but for her, like she really can tell that she's really really putting in effort. Yeah, to do all the ballet stuff. Yeah, so she's been doing some of it at home also. Yeah, I think she really enjoys it. So I'm glad she's enjoying it, and she's not wasting my money also.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I just want some. I think for our just generally, right? We just want our kids to. I don't know whether you're the same opinion, but you know when you were a kid, your parents forced you to do certain piano or whatever.
My mom forced me to do piano, which I didn't like, so I dropped out. And I also did speech and drama.
Yeah, but like I don't know about what you want from Meredith, but for me it's like I'll just expose Becca to us. The good thing about this Japan is that they always have this kind of like free like first class like they call it Muiken, which is like free trial. That's what this word for it, trial. And then after that you can decide whether you want to join. Yeah, so like I'm trying to expose Becca to as many as she wants, and then just let her do what she enjoys. I mean, at this age, it's just more about exposure. I feel for me. Is there anything that you want Meredith to do? Or
not really lah. I mean, I'm okay with her choices. Like I just want her to do things that she likes. Do you like ballet?
Yeah.
See, do you like ballet?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like piano? Yamaha class?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So good. She said yes.
Yeah, I mean, learning music is always a good thing. But also for me, it's like Mary and I both play music, so maybe maybe she would.
For her, like Yamaha is actually my mom's dream. Yeah, because my mom wanted me to do it, but I didn't like it, so now she was being forced to do it.
Living vicariously to her granddaughter.
Exactly.
It's okay. The good news is that if Ting Ting doesn't like to do it, then you got
they still made me. They still made me to try.
By the way, I don't know whether you've said it already. Have you guys thought of a name already, or you're just not saying it until?
No, it's Olivia lah. We've chosen already.
Oh yeah. Did you tell me?
Yes, I think so. We didn't really hide it from anybody. If anybody asks, we just say. Yeah, we only recently just settled on the Chinese name though, like the Chinese writing. Yeah, so it's gonna be Zi Ying. Yeah, like sending the ing, but a different writing style. Right. Yeah, it's a 草字头 and a 因为的因.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I mean, yeah. For me, it's like can I even write Becca's Chinese name? No, I can.
Okay.
Lucky. So pretty easy.
Lucky.
I mean, I remember how to write Marianne's one, and one of the characters is the same. Like,
it's okay. I don't really remember how to write Shannon's Chinese name, so it's alright.
But I have to remember because Marianne's one is so easy. It's like 文化的文, just like 小文的文, and then yi is like a 语字旁, and a 台 like 仙台的台.
Shannon's one is complicated, it's a bit more stroke, so I always don't remember how to write it.
That's the reason. Yeah. All right. Actually, that's all I have. Anything else you want to add?
Say bye. See, come on. Say bye.
Is that your pajamas? Why your pajamas look so nice?
No lah, it's her dress. She has a pajamas dress, but this is just a regular dress, right?
Oh, so is she going to go to sleep in this?
No, she will change out into a pajamas.
Oh, it's so late already, Ting Ting. Isn't it 9:30?
Yeah, it's 9:30. You're supposed to be asleep. Come on, got ballet tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're bringing her to watch Lilo and Stitch because it's gonna be her last day as an only child. Yeah, so we want to spend the day with her and let her be happy. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. All right, won't keep you for long then. Tomorrow I've got an early day as well. Yeah. So thanks everybody for listening to episode 41. Next one. We'll see how
when I'm on paternity leave lah, I'll have more time. I hope.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll see. But baby a very unpredictable one. So who knows what will happen. But anyway, thanks for listening to us. Anyway, follow us on all our Instagram, Facebook, all the different channels, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Ching Ching say bye.
Bye.